All right, boys, so this is Doc with Team Wax with his 1000R. Doc just came in third in the woods car races. So unfortunately, you didn't win in the woods cars, but you were one of the first people to get the Talon 1000R. So you're winning at life. So that's a good thing. Yeah. So you've had this machine for a while. How many hours you got on it? Hours, miles?
Miles, it's getting ready for the 100-mile service. We hadn't got to ride a whole lot, but what few I put on it, they've been put on, testing it. You know, they're not been babied on there.
Awesome, awesome. So what's your favorite points about the car so far?
I love the suspension travel. I like the gears. Most of the time I run an auto sport, but I like knowing I can shift when I want to, and there is a lot of times it does come in handy.
So that's something that a lot of people question on the Talon. Some guys say they just like to point and shoot. You have that option on the Talon with the Auto Sport. We rode around on it. It works perfectly.
Automatic, manual, two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. Right now we're just an automatic. We'll go to sport here in a minute. Let your RPMs rev up a little higher. Any kind of performance stuff on this track, I like sport. The one time I use manual is crawling or hill climbing. When I'm climbing a hill, I like to have full control of the gear I'm in.
It doesn't feel like a belt-driven car, but it feels easy to drive. It's sporty, it's responsive, it's still fun, and you like the ability to shift.
Yes, I do, especially hill climbing.
For sure. And we've seen this car on Team Wax, doing some Team Wax YouTube channel, doing some crazy hill climbs.
No, we like the hills.
And you had one issue, which was a sensor in the front diff, correct?
Yes, I got up in some tree laps and had to try to turn around, and I shoved a pretty good sized stick right through here and broke the speed sensor right off top of the diff right there. Simple fix, 30-some bucks. Not a Talon issue. It was my problem. Like I said, it was my fault. I got in there and hit it. But
just one of those things. You happen to hit a stick just right.
But a simple bumper upgrade would solve that problem.
Awesome. You gonna fab something up, or do they make something for it?
There's already an aftermarket company, Chad, making an insert that goes in here that actually also redirects airflow into the radiator. So I'm looking at.
So that would take care of it for sure.
Up something like that.
Yep, sure it up. And all machines, especially first runs, have just a few things that you got to figure out once in a while. It doesn't make them bad or this, that, or the other. It just means that sometimes there's just a little bit of modification you can do to make them tighter. How about those stock? Those are the Maxxis stock tires that were made specifically for this machine, right? How are those running?
They're doing fine. I'll just tell you up front, I don't know if any of the guys have watched our videos. They're not a big horn. I like big horns. When they wear about 3/4 wear, I'll probably put a set of big horns on it. But okay. They do fine. They're not the best out there, but they're probably not the worst.
So a lot of guys are dogging the power on the Talons, but you just took me on a rip through the enduro track. I've been on the enduro track in Brian's Razor Turbo. I've been through it on the XX. I've been through it on the Turbo X3. I don't think there's a whole lot faster that you can possibly run through that track than you can in the Talon. Absolutely everything you want in the twisties. So to me, this is a great trail vehicle, especially out here in the twistier trails and running through the woods. You've been happy with it so far?
Yeah, the power suits me fine. 104 horsepower. It's underpowered for its class, but the type of trail riding we do around here, that's going to be plenty. You know, I mean, if you get out in the dunes or something somewhere where you really want a little more, but I have no complaints with power.
Yeah, and really being underpowered kind of promotes the reliability. Some of the guys who are going Honda, especially, they like the reputation for reliability. A machine that doesn't have stupid amounts of power that's really unusable in the woods isn't going to break as easy.
Yeah, you're right. Which I'm sure the aftermarket, they're already working on it. You can probably get however much power you want out of this thing with a few aftermarket. But I'm satisfied with the 104. It does everything I need it to do. I'm happy with it. It's a small cluster. That is sort of a downfall, but you can still see everything on it once you get familiar with where it's at. I've got the Pioneer, so it's the same as the Pioneer. I don't use it very often, but it does have the heel start assist. I'll show you how it works. When that light comes on, you've got about 2 seconds to take off. It actually holds the unit.
Awesome. And it was a ton of fun running around that enduro track. Doc, thank you very much. Awesome machine. Glad we got to do a little walk around. You can find a ton more footage of this machine and the X at Team Wax Off-Road. Appreciate it, fellas.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.